Welcome to STROK'D, the art of mental stimulation. Well, I touch subjects at depths that most people aren't willing to go. I don't really like the surface. I don't really care for the surface. Let's dive, man. Let's go in there. Let's go deep. Raw, honest, transparent. You already know how I do it, man. I like to go there. And plus, I'm powered by God, man. You can't help but to go deep when you're powered by God, man. He has a message that he has put inside of me, and he wants someone to hear it. I got to tell you guys, man, I made a mistake of listening to gospel music before I got on this mic. When I tell you, I feel like my soul is out of my body, I'm trying to contain myself sitting right here on this mic. My soul is out of my body, man. I feel so good. I feel so energetic. Of course, I'm always happy to be here with you guys. You guys already know you have D-Love on the mic with you today. You already know, man. What's up, man? I miss y'all. I miss you, man. Y'all know this is my therapy. This is my safe place. I love getting on here and pouring out my soul, letting God use me. I am the vehicle. I am the messenger. Don't get it twisted, man. He is the orchestrator. Let's get to it, man. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, no matter what avenue you're listening on. If you're on something like YouTube, please hit that like button as well. And of course, you guys already know what's about to happen to you. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time to get stroked up. What's up, everybody? What's up, man? Whew. I had to just do a breath right there, man. When I tell you guys that the Spirit of God is really rolling through my body right now, you know, they say you pray before you do something important, and I did that as well. I pray every time before I get on this mic. I ask God to use me, let his words come through me. But if you really want energetic boost, put on some gospel music. Put on some gospel music. I'm talking about the one with the snares and the beats, and they really getting in there. And it's like, I mean, you can't sit still. Like, your soul is really bouncing out of your body. And that's how I feel right now, man. I feel so good. And more specifically, I listened to the one that really got me. Marvin Sapp, Here I Am. Man, when I tell you that man evoked some things out of me with that song, that Here I Am song, I'm still standing. Because in life, sometimes, you know, we're moving so fast and we're putting in our head, I got to keep going, I got to keep moving, I got to do this, I got to hit these goals, that we forget to pause and we forget to stop and look back down the staircase of our life and really realize how far we've come. And that's what that song made me do, man. It made me stop. It made me pause. It made me go back to that staircase. I looked back and I saw every triumph. I saw every trial, tribulation. And as I reflected, energetically, I put myself back there. Like, I was back in that space. I could feel what I was feeling at those moments as I moved further and further up to where I am right now. And oh my God, man, thank you, God. I am blessed. I am blessed. I have had a spiritual eruption. He gave me a real experience with that one. I know you guys probably know that song. You might want to go check it out. I'll probably do some type of content with it sometime this week because, he did that, man. And that's what we're talking about today. Words. Words have power. Words have power, man. You see the way he evoked those emotions out of me just with the words. The words that he was saying. Here I am. I'm still standing. Here I am. After all I've been through, I survived every toil, every snare. I'm alive. I'm alive. Here I am. I mean, you can feel the power in that. You can feel the power in that, man. Words have power. Words have power, and it's in the words we say and in the words we don't say, man. What are you saying to yourself? What are you saying to yourself? Because you don't have to speak it out loud all of the time. It could be the words that you're saying internally to yourself. You know that small voice in our head that's always talking, that's always saying something? I don't know why I feel like that small voice is the closest unfiltered version of ourselves. You know, that's what I feel about it. Now, mind you, there's some people who's schizophrenic or whatever. I'm not, undermining that. That's real. You know, I know people deal with that. But that small voice that's always saying stuff, what is it saying to you? What are you saying to yourself? Are you saying you're great? Are you saying I could do this? Are you saying I'm not good enough? Are you saying I'm too much? Are you saying I can never be that? Are you saying I can conquer anything? Are you saying I'm destined for success? Are you saying, man, I deserve love? Are you saying I am love? You see the energetic shift? I am love. I mean, when you just say that stuff, you can just feel the energy pumping in your body, man. So when people say words don't mean anything, oh my God, what's that old thing they used to say? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt. That's a lie. That's a lie, man. Words can destroy. Words can empower. Words can create. You can change somebody's mind with words. I mean, you can uplift someone from the depths of, I can't even talk as usual, the depths of despair, man. You can grant somebody forgiveness, man, understanding, man. Words got so much power. And energetically, no matter the words you speak to yourself, you can feel the energy shift. Just imagine the time you've been sick and you're like, oh, man, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Doesn't it feel like you get worse and worse? Like you feel worse and worse when you say it like that? But take this approach. You're sick and you say, no, I'm strong. I'm getting better. I'm strong. I'm strong. I got this. I'm going to beat this. I'm getting better. And it's like you can feel energetically the strength within you. Now, it may be the same thing wrong with you. You might be messed up. But just speaking those words to yourself, you can just feel the power. You can almost feel like a sense of healing coming over you. So, yeah, it's the words, man. We have to, man, be mindful of those words because energetically they impact us. Like even people who don't speak, because I always have to give it up for the deaf community, man. I know people in that community. Energetically, they're still putting out the same signals, man. They're still doing the same thing. They're still communicating with it. It still affects them energetically. The words they're speaking to themselves. You know, even the energy they're conveying with the hand signals and the signs they're putting out there, the energy they put behind it. If you ever been around deaf people, it's some emotion behind all of that. If you pay attention, emotion. They use more of their energy and their emotion because they don't have the words to come out. So it lets you know that energetically, you know, words are powerful. Communication, period, though, man. But you have to watch what you put into yourself, man. You can shape anything. Where you are in your life right now is a result of what you've said and what you haven't said. Let me say it right now. Where you are in your life right now is a result of what you said and what you haven't said. What about that time where you worked your butt off and you thought you deserved a raise and, you know, you didn't want to seem ungrateful or you thought maybe they'll fire you if you asked and you never asked for that raise and now you're 15, 20 years down the line and they never gave it to you. They never gave it to you. But imagine if you would have asked for what you wanted. If they value you, they don't want you to leave and go anywhere else. They're going to pay for it. Or they give you a plan according to when they may decide to do it. Or on the flip side, they tell you no, you're not getting a raise. So now you don't have to think about whether you're getting a raise or not, walking around feeling unappreciated, like you working for something that's, you know, I don't say beneath you, but you're worth more than that. Now you know. Now you know this place is a glass ceiling. Now you have options. Okay, they only willing to go right here. I'm working my butt off. So either I can accept that this is as far as it goes, or I'm ambitious and I want more. Now I got an exit plan. Now I exit and I go to that next place that pay me what I think I'm worth. So, yeah, we can't be afraid of these things, man. We can't be afraid of these conversations. We cannot. You know, we have to get in these uncomfortable positions, man. Imagine the times you've been in a relationship or a friendship or something like that, and you walking on eggshells and not saying what you want to say because you're afraid of the outcome or how it may make that person feel. And now you 17 years down the line, unhappy, like lost yourself, don't even know who you are. But yet, if you'd have spoke it when God put it in your spirit to say what you had to say, you'd have said those words to whoever it was. Okay, so what if they left? I bet they left with something. I bet they move on, and those words you said, it went inside of them, and they remembered. I bet they remember, man. And that might be the spark to make them go change their life and, you know, change the world and be something they're supposed to be. And yet, you would have saved you some time because you would have found out right then and there your value to them. You know, you would have found out right then and there. Instead of wasting all that time, you would have known right at that moment when you spoke the words that you want to speak, because that's how you truly feel. That's you living in your truth. Right or wrong, whatever, you're living in your truth. You're saying how you feel. And the other person may communicate back and y'all go back and forth, but you cannot walk around with that stuff on your chest because energetically you're balling it up, man. You're repressing your feelings. And you're walking around and you're feeling some type of way. So you ever notice some people got this negative energy walking around? I know some people who are super nice, super sweet, do whatever for you, but they got this deep darkness just stuck within them. And that darkness is there because they have so many unspoken words, unspoken things inside of them because they've always pleasing people. And maybe they're not getting it in return. And maybe people are not appreciating them, or maybe they don't know how to say no, so they're internalizing this stuff. And they're stressed out, and they're anxious, and they're going through depression, and they're going through all this stuff because these words that they're holding in. Me, myself, I hold words in too sometimes, but me holding words in, because I'm blunt, or more so my delivery. It's the way I say things at times. Like, so I need to, work on that. That's my flaw. It's not being worried about what I'm saying. It's being worried about how I say it. Okay? Because I like to, cut straight to the chase. I don't like to beat around the bush, man. But you could be a lifeline for somebody, man. You ever had a stranger and something came over you to say something to them and you just, walked off and went on about your business because, I don't know them. You don't talk to them. What if somebody was on their last leg and that kind word would have just lifted them up? You probably done that a lot without even knowing it. Man. I know it happened to me before. Man, those words. I was in high school, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I don't know if this person remembers it. I was in high school. I forgot what grade exactly, but it was morning time, and I was in the cafeteria. And it was just like, out the blue, this person I was talking and doing something. It was like, you have a beautiful smile. Oh, my God, your smile is beautiful. Smile. I'm just smiling, people around and whatever. Man, that made my day. That made my life, to be honest. I never had anyone tell me that. And then just stop out of the blue. This wasn't a family member or someone I thought was supposed to tell me this, like my mother or my father, or just a complete stranger. Well, she wasn't a stranger, you know what I mean, outside of my house. So I knew who she was. I knew her from around. She's a friend of the family or whatever. But when she told me that, man, I've taken that with me my entire life. Like, I'm always saying I have a nice smile. I have a great smile. Then I started showing it a little more, man. I was showing that smile a little more. So you never know, man. That may be the position you play in someone's life. Like, I never knew I had a nice smile, man. I thank you for that. I've had a lady before. I think I was in South Carolina. I can remember these things. And we were at a fast food restaurant. And there was a lady. She was just standing outside. And something came over me to go to this lady. And I went to her. And I said, we were leaving. But something stopped me and told me to tell you it's going to be okay. God has you. And to give you a hug. And I gave her a hug, and that lady, she held me so tight. And she said she needed that. And I think she had nowhere to live at the moment. She had nowhere to go, no place to stay. And, she was feeling the type of way. But when that came over me, that spirit came through my body, I could have said, that's a stranger. I'm not going to go over there, whatever. But I delivered the message that was put inside of me to give to her. And you could tell it uplifted her spirit because she was seen. Someone sees me. I'm not in despair by myself, man. Someone sees me. And sometimes that's all it takes, man. That's all it takes. So say these things, man. Get them off your chest. If you have a bad delivery, figure out how to say it, man. But we have to speak up. Like, everything you said and haven't said has shaped your life, man. How many opportunities do you think have passed you? How many opportunities do you think have passed you? How many relationships do you think have passed you? Friendship, love, whatever. How many moments you think it could have been one sentence that was spoken between people and it could have mended everything? Like, how many times? And then people going 30 years without speaking when they could have had a 60-second conversation. How many times you think that has happened? Okay? How many times when you knew the answer to a question or answer to a problem or you knew what it took to solve something to get to the next level and you were quiet on it? You were quiet because no one gave you permission. You're sitting back waiting for permission. And you would answer that or solve that problem. That probably was the thing that moved you to the next level. That was your moment. How many moments do you think we've missed? How many moments do you think we've missed for holding on to words, man? Okay? So let's get out there. We got to do these things, man. Let's speak love, too. Because on the flip side, we've also destroyed people with our words. You know how many people's self-esteem we've probably taken down? People don't always say what they're feeling or what they're going through, and we say these words, and, we hit them hard with it because it made us feel good to get that out of us or whatever, and we let it spew onto them, man. So with power comes responsibility, too. With power comes responsibility. So if words have power, you have to be responsible. How many people you destroyed? You just said some stuff because you were angry in the moment. I didn't really mean it. But that's replaying that person's head over and over their entire life. Over and over their entire life. How many kids you think, excuse me, a parent or someone that was like an authoritative figure said something to him like, you know, you're dumb, you stupid. You ain't gonna never get that. You're never gonna do that or be that. How many times you think that's played over and over in that child's head? No matter if they succeeded as an adult or whatever, they still remember. It's still there. You know, some people use it as fuel. Some people used it and took off, and some people let it sink the ship. Some people let it sink the ship. So we have to be mindful of what we are saying to people. We go about our lives and don't know what we left behind. You don't know that. And they could have cut your blessing short as well. So we have to be mindful. Even if we super angry, man, we have to learn how to control that. We have to learn what to do with those emotions and stuff, how to process them correctly. Because we spewing out some powerful stuff, man. Those words you have, man, they're shaping everything, your entire reality. If you're a dark person, you're always gossiping about people. You always starting up mess, or you know, you negativo. You're always speaking negative words, and then you look up at your life and wondering why you're not getting any big breaks or whatever, because you're speaking this energy into your life. You speak darkness, you receive darkness. You speak light, you get light, and that's just the way it works, man. So, you know, my glass is always half full. Always half full. Even when I'm laying on the floor, the half full glass is sitting beside me, waiting for me to take a drink. I might take my time and pitter patter to get over there and drink it, but it's sitting there. It's sitting there. I mean, I always had that hope, and I always had that belief, man, and I always know it's going to get better. Sometimes I allow myself to, you know, waddle in self-pity a little longer than I have to, man, but I get up a little faster these days, man. I have to keep going. I have to keep pushing. I have to keep moving. And the moments when I can't speak those words to myself, I make sure the stuff around me in my atmosphere, the stuff I'm taking in, is light. You know, sometimes you feel low and you don't have it in you to say that positive stuff. Sometimes I just go blank. I've been hurt so bad I could just go blank and don't have a thought in the world, but let me put on this gospel music, man. Let me put on this song. Let me watch this television show about positivity. Let me go hang around this person. They always uplift me. They're always positive. They're always in good spirits. And their glass is always half full. You can't be in a bad situation where you're speaking those negative things inside of you to yourself, that poison, and then go around more poisonous people. You're filling yourself up more and more with that poison, man. So the words we say and the words we don't say, they energetically transform us, man. So be mindful of that. I had this, I read this story before, and I hope I get it right. I think it was a rabbi. His name was Stephen Wise, I think. Rabbi Stephen Samuel Wise. I actually wrote about him before. And he was going to speak at an anti-Nazi group, and I think he was in New York. And he went to speak, and he was getting a lot of death threats. People were threatening to kill him if he got on that stage and he actually spoke. All right, so, you know, the day he was supposed to speak, he actually walked up on the stage and he said, I have been warned against speaking here today. I have been warned to stay away from this meeting under the pain that I will be killed. He said, if anybody is to shoot me, let them do it now. I hate to be interrupted. Imagine how he changed that, man, that whole scenario. Imagine the person sitting there with the gun like, oh, Lord, they got me. They see me. You know, they trying to tuck the AK or whatever they got hidden. The sniper and duck down off the roof like, oh, man, he know I'm here. All right, so, man, these words have power, man. Let's motivate the next generation. You can motivate yourself, man. Let's do it. Let's create. All those ideas you got in your head right now, just spinning around. You saying it to yourself over and over. Man, put that stuff out there. We got one life. Shoot that idea out there. If you get it wrong, so what? You worried about knowing every step to do it and nope, put it out there, man. Let's go. Let's fail. Let's fail up. If you fail, you fail up. Because now you know what it takes and now you know what not to do. All right, move on to the next one, man. So come on, let's get out of our heads, our spirits. Let's speak these words of positivity, man. Let's speak these words of growth. You know, every step of the way, even when you're feeling terrible. Let's change the narrative. I had my therapist tell me, I was telling her I'm a perfectionist. And then it felt stressful. You know, it takes me a little longer to do stuff because I'm a perfectionist. I have to go over this, I have to do this, and this. And you can energetically feel when someone says, I'm a perfectionist. It feels like a lot. And she gave me a different way to look at it. She said, don't say you're a perfectionist. Say you strive for excellence. And just the word excellence brings a smile to your face, just to look at it that way. I'm striving for excellence. It make you feel good. It takes the pressure off your back, I'm striving for greatness. But something about perfectionist, that's something that doesn't exist. Something about that word just make you feel like overwhelmed. Things stacked on top of you. Anxiety. It got to be right. 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 But when you look at it like, man, I strive for excellence. You put your shoulders up a little better. So, let's choose different words too. Let's pick and choose what we're putting out there and what we're putting in here, And you can't see me right now because I haven't went video on the full episodes. But when I say in here, I'm touching my heart because I'm saying in my spirit, in my soul. All right, so let's be mindful of that, man. Let's say spring cleaning. What is this? This is winter, huh? Winter cleaning, I guess. I don't know. I can't come up with anything for that. But yeah, man, let's clean out. Let's clean out these temples, these bodies, what we putting inside, what we taking in, and what we spewing out, man. Let's do it, man. Let's create. If we're in charge of creating our own worlds and these words have that much power, let's put them to use. Let's try it out. All right? That's my challenge to everybody. Let's try it out, man. Let's put these words inside of us. You can do affirmations every day, every night, just to start practicing putting that in your head where you're saying it over and over to yourself, even when you're not trying to speak it. Write some things or situations that you've been in when you're feeling low. Write all those low words. Write all those low words, all those low words. And right next to them, go back and replace it with a positive phrase on the flip side of that word. I'm nothing. I could be anything, right beside it, And you read those things. So when you in those low moments, you can pull out that list and you can go to that negative word that you're speaking to yourself right there on that paper and you can look beside it and you have something to replace it with. All right? We're replacing it with positivity. It's time, man. If we can create things with these words, man, come on. We need some healing. Let's create. We need this abundance. Let's create, man. We're blessed. Let's create. We're favored. Let's create, man. You are the one. Let's create. You're destined. Let's create. In spite of what people think of you, you're beautiful. Let's create, man. They don't define you. Let's create. Use these words, man. Use these words as some spiritual bullets, man. Pow. Pow. All right? Well, I'm not going to hold you guys, man. I'm not going to hold it. And I'm probably going to get back on this mic with this gospel music when I get off, because when you got these headphones and mic, you can't tell me I'm not in here sound like Yolanda Adams or somebody. You can't tell me I'm not turning into Kirk Franklin over here with this studio headphones on, man. I'm in here singing. I feel so good, man. It's such a pleasure to be here with you and sharing a piece of myself with you guys. Man, to be vulnerable like this and allow God to use me. Thank you, God, for even choosing me to even do this. I never would imagine. Let's get it, guys. It's time. All right? Do not forget to hit the subscribe button for those of you who haven't. Go tell a friend. Matter of fact, tell 5. Tell 5 friends, all right? So, let's get them on the wave because, of course, you guys know what just happened to you. You just got stroked up. Bye.